Have you ever wondered of going to the Buckingham Palace? It would be nice to meet the Royal Queen of England and her royal family, isn't it? But there's still some tips you need to do in order to have a good impression of yourself. Here are some tips that may help you have a better impression of yourself in front of the Royal Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II. First tip. You just go to Buckingham Palace and you're very sore on the feet. Those looks like seats look comfortable. But wait, has the Queen sit down yet? If no, you gotta wait a bit longer. If yes, then wait for someone to let you sit down. Second tip. You finally get a seat and you sit down. But it's time for dinner. The Queen called out her servants and served dinner for all the members at the table. Some of the members don't eat, but you're really hungry, and that roast duck smells really great. But wait again, has the Queen ate yet? Nope, then don't. After the Queen starts eating or telling everyone to start eating, then you start eating. Third tip. Don't call your Majesty by her first name, which is Liz. Don't call her Liz, except for some more important person, like, for example, King of Ireland. Then you have to call her Your Majesty or Ma'am. For other member of the royal family, call them Ma'am or Sir. I would recommend you to set Your Majesty in front of the Queen before start using Ma'am. After the talking get underway, then you can use Ma'am. Fourth tip. Bow your head or kneel down in front of the Queen. If you're a male, just bow your head a bit from the shoulders. But if you're a male and you don't know how to bow right, nobody expects you to get down to the floor. Here's how. First, put your left feet in front of your right. Kneel down. Stay there for like 2 to 5 seconds and get back up again. It's easy, right? But some women get a bit. But long ago, the woman usually kneel down very low, like this. And I don't know exactly how, it's just in the right side. Fifth tip. When you are talking with the Queen, you don't know what the order is, so what should you do? Well, usually you talk to the person in your in your left first. Then if the person in your right decided to talk with you, then you can talk back. Let's say you're sitting next to the Queen on the right of the Queen. Then the Queen will ask both the person in the right and the person in the left. You can talk to the person in your left and wait until the Queen starts talking to you. Fifth tip. That is, when you're visiting the Queen, don't use French words. You probably be thinking this. Oh, that's okay. I don't even know French in the first place. Then they ask you, do you call the thing in your bathroom a toilet or a loo? Is the scent you usually use you call it perfume or scent? If you say it is a toilet or a perfume, congratulations, you're speaking French. Why, you may ask, should we not talk French inside the Buckingham Palace, especially in front of the royal family? Well, wouldn't be surprised if you hear that France and England have been battling for quite a long time, so it wouldn't be a fine thing overnight. And it would probably be more than 1,000 more years until the France and the England people start bonding together again. Probably a long time. Sixth tip, that is, it is always impolite to get out of the room without asking or being talked to, or speak to the queen when she didn't want to. Here are some signs that she didn't want to talk with you, or some other matters. First, that is, when she shoved her purse from one arm to another. This may be very slightly, so we sometimes don't even know that she just shoved her purse. Second hint is that she put her handbag or her purse on the floor, which means she wants to leave right now. Third hint is that she rolled her purse around, which means she needs an immediate rescue or something like that. It's more like emergency getaway. These hints are really, really helpful, and it can always help you at all times because the Queen of England wears her handbag everywhere in public. Seventh tip, that is, don't be a picky eater. Even try to eat everything on your plate if you're a picky eater, and don't just sit there and wait for someone to put something in your plate, except the servant to pour wine into your glass. My seventh hint is try to do polite things that some of you may always do in your family, like chomp your food while making a noise, or using ice cubes. She disliked the sound of ice cubes making in glass. But if it is ice balls, then she really like it. We're tasting music, I'll tell her. My seventh, or was it eighth? Yeah. Eighth tip is that when you have finished talking to the Queen, then always say thank you, Your Majesty, for your time. Don't say bye or just something simple like that. Also, I don't say it is the other hint because it's kind of alike. That is, don't talk personal thing with her. If you ask her like, Your Majesty, do you like your sister, or private things like that, then you shouldn't be asking the Majesty because she might kick you out of the Buckingham Palace. You should probably talk about something important and not private, Like, what do you think of this law, or what do you think of the other law? My ninth tip is that if you see your Majesty is eating, then don't look straight at her. Really impolite. Don't look straight at her when she's eating, and try to just to mind your own business and start eating unless someone asks you to talk to them. And those are just some tips to help you make a good impression of yourself inside the Buckingham Palace. Of course, there are other tips that you may not know, and maybe I don't either. If there are any more tips that you don't know, and you do know and I don't, then please share with me. Thank you for listening to my speech.